In less than 48 hours, Steven Jackson and the St. Louis Rams will face the NFC-leading Atlanta Falcons. It's only a single game, but at its end, the Rams will have a better sense of where they are and how much further they have to go.
We're in the middle of the road. There's nothing to get down about. In November, this is when teams start separating themselves. You always hear it, this is where the contenders separate themselves from the pretenders. I don't train for 16 weeks of football. I train to be in the postseason. We all wish, hope, and dream as kids. There's some 6-year-old right now, envisioning holding the Lombardi Trophy. So, each and every year I train and I expect that.
At Friday's practice, the Rams make their final adjustments for Sunday's game. Precision and execution are the watchwords of the day. Jackson makes sure he sets the example.
He's the same character guy, warrior, has the same values and vision that we have been preaching here from the beginning. A lot of things that he's done along the way, just him personally, not necessarily on the field, but off the field, have strengthened this team.
That afternoon, Jackson returns to the Central Institute for Human Performance for his end-of-the-week tune-up. In mere days, his body has made a remarkable recovery from the pounding it took in San Francisco. As Dr. Skaggs knows firsthand, the Pro Bowl running back is no ordinary patient.
So last year, the last 6 games of the season, he's playing with a pretty severely herniated disc. And he would basically come in every Monday sideways. And I think they were 1-13 or something at that point. And he said, no, I want to finish the season.
I've been in this league 15 years. There's guys that have a pulled hamstring or strained hamstring or slightly sprained ankle, and they can't go. And that's what we call kind of a track mentality. Football player, this is what he is. A gridiron guy, a warrior, he fits all that classification.
It's funny because some fans will get on him from time to time because he has missed a game here and there. It's almost laughable because actually I'm the exact opposite. I wonder why he hasn't missed more games than he has.
When you're able to play with these injuries and your opponent week in and week out knows that 9 times out of 10, no matter what I do, no matter how hard I hit this dude, he's not going to stop. I think that plays with them as well. It plays with their mentality. I look for an edge. I look for edge in anything. So if they think I'm just a crazy, if they just think I'm a crazy guy, that's fine with me.
Later that evening, Jackson makes a routine trip to the local gas station.
What's up, man? How are you?
Over the course of the week, he has continued taking rehabilitative ice baths to aid his recovery. Tonight, Jackson adds a bag of candy to his standard purchase.
I need 20 bags of ice. Thank you.
I hope you know him.
What's up? Hi. How are you?
This is my daughter.
Who's your daughter?
Hi,
How are you?
Sydney right here.
Sydney, how are you, Sydney? How you doing, Sydney? How you guys?
Wild girl. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Good job.
You guys want?
man.
Thank you. You guys want some candy?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Sorry.
You're welcome.
Compared to the days that have preceded it, Saturday is more dress rehearsal than practice. Coach Steve Spagnuolo oversees what is known as the walkthrough, taking his team through the plays it will use Sunday against Atlanta. Earlier in the morning, a handful of Rams players placed Vote Don Jones to the Pro Bowl t-shirts in every locker, a half-serious, half-humorous campaign to get St. Louis punter Donnie Jones to the Pro Bowl. To the amusement of his teammates, Jackson decided to wear his. The mood is light, but all are focused.
The locker room is, we're excited. We're up to the challenge. We're 4-5 on the season, but we're 3-1 at home. We've kind of established that we're a tough home team, and we feed into that. Our fans get behind us, makes it for a real hostile crowd. We gotta make some noise.
When practice concludes, the team packs for the game. Readying an NFL team for game day is an elaborate, labor-intensive process. Equipment manager Todd Hewitt and his team handle it with machine-like efficiency.
Each player packs their bag, and Steven has some certain items that he wears that some guys don't wear, but we start with the shoulder pads right here. Basically after that, we have a couple thigh pad and hip pads he wears. He's got a couple custom ones he has that are a little extra for his thighs. Of course, his helmet, of course, with a visor. So like today, we check the visor, make sure we put a new one on for him. He's got thigh pads and knee pads, and some of the most important thing that Steven has is coconut oil to basically put on his skin so it's nice and soft on game day. So that's one of the most important things. And then he's got a couple different pairs of shoes, especially made for him. And then after that, the last thing we have his mouthpiece, of course. Got to protect that. And then after that, we have about 4 pairs of gloves. That's it. We'll just pack her up and get it down and get it in the locker room for him.
I've been so consumed with the Atlanta Falcons. My responsibilities, the things that I have to get done on Sunday, that on Saturday I just want to get away from it, allow my mind, my body to just relax. So whenever my family's in town, I have the time to spend time with them. I cherish that.
God is great, God is good, little thank you for our food. God is great, we all are friends. Give us Lord our daily bread. Amen. That's our food.
There's one thing to watch an NFL game as a fan, but when a player is your son or brother, you watch the game a little differently.
They lost a lot last year, and he was hurt a long time last year, more so than most people knew. You ask yourself, as a family member, is it really worth it? It tells me, one, that he's really doing what he's meant to do, because to be able to do it all over again means you are really doing what you're supposed to do.
You know, sometimes it's kind of hard when you're losing and it looks like you don't have, any hope, but he keeps hope alive. He just keeps going, and he just believes. He just believes that it's going to happen.
Sunday, November 21st, 2010. Game day between the St. Louis Rams and the Atlanta Falcons. After praying with his family, Jackson is on his way to the stadium. He visualizes the game, the plays he wants to make, the way he'll deal with adversity. The drive is a sacred time. The hour before kickoff, everything intensifies. Jackson focuses on the task at hand. His goals are always the same. Protect the quarterback. Don't fumble. Outrush the opponent's running back. He and the Rams have spent an entire week planning for Atlanta. Now the Falcons are half a field away. After warm-ups, the Rams gather in the locker room one last time. Jackson's broken finger receives a final wrapping. The battle is set to begin. There are only 16 games in the NFL's regular season. 16 days for fans to pursue the dream of a championship. Yet while the games are the mileposts by which success and failure are measured, the days between them comprise the season's real journey. A journey known only to a franchise and the 53 players who comprise its roster. For the Rams and their captain, Steven Jackson, the past week has told a tale of last-second heartbreak and the rebirth of hope. Of physical trials and hard-fought recovery. Of solitude and camaraderie. Of a storied history and a promising future. That story is at its end. But when the game is over, and the stadium is empty, and the world has moved on to other things, it will all begin again. Another week in the life of Steven Jackson.